Hello students, in the last class we studied taxonomic hierarchy by citing certain examples. Now we have to study some more points related to that. Concept of taxonomic hierarchy, concept of categories, it was first given by Linnaeus. As we have discussed in the previous classes, Linnaeus is known as father of taxonomy. This concept of hierarchy, it was given by him. Now Linnaeus he formed only 5 categories. Yes, he generated only 5 categories, that is COGSV. This is the short form. So you can easily understand what is C here. Class, order, genus, species and variety. But now amongst the obligate categories, you know very well that this variety has been deleted. That in the obligate categories, this variety has been deleted, and the biologists, they have added 3 more categories. 3 more categories the biologists, they have added, that is kingdom, phylum and family. So you got this. 4 are these. Yes, 4 which were given by Linnaeus. 3 more categories. They were added by the biologist. 4 plus 3 total 7. They are going to represent obligate categories. Always utilized for the classification of organism. Now here in the hierarchy, I have to explain 2 terms. I have to differentiate between the 2 terms, that is category and taxon. Now to explain the differences between these 2, I am citing one example here. The example which I am citing here, that is for the category Angiospermae. Yes. Angiospermae, it is a category at the level of division. Yes. What is its hierarchy level? That is division. Now this category, it is a man-made entity. It is a artificial entity. Yes or no? Yes, these entities, they are man-made. First of all, the concept of the categories, it was given by the Linnaeus. So these categories, they are man-made entities, they are artificial entities. Now, why these entities they are required? Yes, why these categories they are required? So that we can make the study of the organism easier. How? By placing the organism into the groups. Now, why we have formed this category, Angiospermae? This category is formed to place those plants which are going to show flowering. Yes, इस category के अंदर हम कौन से plants place करते हैं? The plants which show flowering. And we have already discussed the plants which show flowering. These plants, they are known as angiosperms. All the living organisms which are placed inside each category, these living organisms, they are going to represent the taxon. Yes, you are getting the concept or not? What is a category? Category is a man-made entity. It is an artificial entity. और इस category को हमने यहाँ पर क्यों बनाया है? ताकि हम इस कैटेगरी के अंदर उन प्लांट्स को प्लेस कर सके जो प्लांट शो करते हैं फ्लावरिंग. तो इस कैटेगरी के अंदर आप कौन से लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स प्लेस करते हैं? दैट इज एंजियोस्पर्म्स. जितने भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म आप किसी कैटेगरी के अंदर असाइन करते हैं, all these living organisms together they are going to constitute taxon. So this is clear or not? What is a taxon? Taxon is a group of real organisms assigned to each category. Similarly, one more example which I can cite here, that is insecta. Yes, insecta, it is a category. It is a category at which level? What is the level? Level is class. और इस कैटेगरी के अंदर आप कौन से ऑर्गेनिजम्स डालते हैं? Which have 3 pair of jointed legs. Which living organisms? Which have 3 pair of jointed legs. And what these organisms? They are known as insects. So इसमें से living organism कौन है? Insects. तो इसको हम क्या कहेंगे? Taxon. किस कैटेगरी के अंदर डाला? The name of the category is insecta. So this is clear, the concept of taxon. After this, now we are going to write the taxonomic hierarchy associated with wheat and mango. So let's write the taxonomic categories for wheat and mango. For that, once again, we are going to write those 7 categories. Keep, kingdom, pots, phylum or division, clean, class or order, family, gets is genus, and sick is for the species. Right? So I'm going to write all these hierarchical levels for the wheat. The scientific name for the wheat is Triticum aestivum. Triticum aestivum, right? So you know the first component is going to represent genus epithet. First component represent genus and second component represents species epithet. So what is the genus of wheat? Triticum. Yes, to which family it belongs? It belongs to a grass family, that is Poaceae. Order is Poales. Class, this is going to represent monocot now, right? Monocot, this is monocotyledone. Division, monocot and dicot, they belong to the same division. What is that? Angiosperm. Kingdom, that is plantae. Right? Similarly, let's write it down for mango. We have already discussed it in the previous classes. What is the scientific name for mango? Mangifera indica. Mangifera indica. This is genus and this is going to represent species epithet. So genus is Mangifera. Now the family to which it belongs, that is Anacardiaceae family. Order is Sapindales. Now mango is our dicot. So what is going to be the class? You can tell me. It is dicotyledonine. Dicot and monocot, they belong to the same division. Tell me the name of division. Angiospermy. And kingdom Plantae. Yes. So you have to learn these taxonomic categories associated with wheat, mango. Along with that, you will do the same exercise for housefly and human. Got this? Now after the taxonomic hierarchy, now we are going to start with the types of species. So now let's deal with the types of species. First of all, we are going to deal with the polytypic and monotypic species. Polytypic species is one in which the species is going to have more than one subspecies or going to have more than one variety. So what is polytypic species? Species having more than one subspecies, or you can say more than one variety. Subspecies is for animals, variety is for plants. To explain this, I am citing one example here, that is Brassica oleracea. This is a polytypic species. In Brassica oleracea, one variety is capitata. One variety is capitata, that is cabbage. Another one, Brassica oleracea, variety, now it is botrytis. Botrytis, that is cauliflower. Cauliflower. So you can see here, this is one species, but it is having now more than one variety. Species having more than one variety or subspecies. What you are going to call it as? Polytypic one. Now coming to monotypic. In the monotypic, subspecies and variety level differentiation is absent. Subspecies and variety level differentiation is absent. Now, along with this only, now I am going to explain polytypic and monotypic genus. Yes, polytypic genus. That is the genus which is going to have now more than one species. Genus having more than one species is going to represent polytypic. And if genus, it has only one species, then it is known as monotypic. Right? एक से ज्यादा स्पीशीज होंगी तो क्या कहेंगे? पॉली. सिर्फ एक ही स्पीशीज है तो क्या कहेंगे? मोनो. First, let's deal with this one. One of the example of polytypic genus is Panthera. Panthera. In the Panthera, if the specific epithet is Leo, if the specific epithet is Leo, this is going to represent lion. Another one, Panthera tigris. This is going to represent, very well known to all of you, tiger. Panthera pardus. This is leopard. So you can see here the genus is one, Panthera, but it is going to have more than one species. So this is polytypic. In the monotypic example is Homo sapiens. That is humans. Got this? Now I am going to explain types of species on the basis of geographical distribution. So now we are going to study types of species on the basis of geographical distribution. Now the first condition, see here. Let's say this is the area where species A is surviving, and in this area the species B is surviving. So now these two species, they are present in different geographical areas. The species which are occupying different geographical areas, such type of species, they are known as allopatric. Allopatric. Yes, what do you mean by allo? Allo का मतलब है different. And patric means land. The species which are present in different land, which are having different geographical distribution, they are known as allopatric. Coming to the second one. Let's say this is our area where species A is surviving. And here in this area only, at this site, let's say species B is surviving. Now what you can see here, now the species, they have overlapping area of geographical distribution. Yes, they have overlapping area of geographical distribution. Such type of species, they are known as sympatric. Yes. What do you mean by sim? Sim का मतलब है same. And patric is same. That is land. The species which are present in the same land, they have overlapping geographical area of distribution. Then they are known as sympatric. Now coming to the last one. This is area where species A is surviving. And in the adjacent area, in the parallel area, the species B is surviving. Yes. So now the two species, they are surviving adjacently. They are surviving parallelly. Such type of species, they are known as parapatric. Para is parallel. And this you know, that is land. So the species which are present in adjacent areas, they are known as parapatric. again you can see here that there is also presence of overlapping. Overlapping is present, but now the overlapping is present in small zone, in narrow zone. Overlapping in narrow zone. Yes, all the three categories, they are very much clear to you. Allo means different land. Sim means same land. And parapatric means going to present parallel. Now here we are going to explain sibling species. Sibling species are those which are morphologically same, but their genetical makeup is different. They show reproductive isolation. देखने में एक जैसी है, but the reproduction, the mating between the species is absent. These type of the species, they are known as sibling species. So please write it down. Morphologically, for morphological you write in morphologically similar but show reproductive isolation. So for reproductive you please write are देखने में एक जैसी, but they are going to show reproductive isolation. For this you can cite example. I can cite one example here, that is for Drosophila. Drosophila persimilis and Drosophila pseudo obscura. Yes, two different species, morphologically similar, but going to show reproductive isolation. Just reverse of sibling species, they are known as compilospecies. Iska just reverse, compilospecies. Now you can easily tell me what is the compilospecies? What are the compilospecies? Now morphologically they are different, very well, but now they can show reproductive compatibility. Morphologically different, देखने में अलग है, but interbreeding present. Reproductive compatibility is there. Now after this, now we are going to study types of species on the basis of time period. Yes, so now we are going to deal with the types of species on the basis of time period. Species on the basis of time period. Two categories we will discuss here. Now, at the time of the dinosaur, when the dinosaur survived, was there any forest? Yes, was there any forest at the time of the dinosaur? Yes, have you seen the movie Jurassic Park? Jurassic Park के अंदर जो डायनासोर था, वो फॉरेस्ट के अंदर इनहैबिट कर रहा था कि डेजर्ट के अंदर? Yes, at the time of dinosaur there was forest. The question is that, was that forest of flowering parts? Was that forest of angiosperms? No, that forest was not of angiosperms. That forest was of large size ferns. These large size ferns, they are known as tree ferns. They belong to a group of plant that is known as pteridophytes. तो इसका मतलब जब डायनासोर सरवाइव किया, उस टाइम पर एंजियोस्पर्म एब्सेंट थे. It means dinosaur and angiosperm, they belong to different time period. डायनासोर जब सर्वाइव किया तो टेरिडोफाइट्स प्रेजेंट थे, तो इट मीन्स डायनासोर एंड टेरिडोफाइट्स दे बिलोंग टू द सेम टाइम पीरियड. The species which belong to different time period, they are known as allochronic, and which belongs to the same time period, they are known as synchronic. So let's write it down. Species which belong to same time period, that is dinosaur and pteridophytes, they are known as synchronic. Syn means same. And if they belong to different time period, that is dinosaur and flowering plants, different time period, then they are known as allochronic. Allo means different. Syn means same. Now after this, now we are going to deal with the morphospecies. The species which are erected only on the basis of morphological characters, they are known as morphospecies. It is very much clear from the name. The species which are erected only on the basis of external appearance. Morphological characters, they are utilized for classification. Right? Another one is taxonomic species. Taxonomic species, any species which will have appropriate binomial name, they are known as taxonomic species. Appropriate binomial name. So you know the binomial nomenclature. Name of each organism is going to consist of two components followed by author citation. Next is neontological species. Neontological species, that is living species. So this is all about types of species. Now I am going to start with the last topic for this chapter, that is taxonomic aids.